My name is Arun Kumar, and I am the CEO of a chain of repair shops called Driven AutoCare. I see thousands of cars get repaired at my shops every single year, and here are 5 cars that you absolutely should not buy them if you want to avoid a big repair bill down the road. If you like these type of videos talking about being a customer of repair shop, buyer's advice for cars as you interact with independent repair shops in your life, please don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment if you have any questions. We will be interactive in the comment section here. So with all that said, let's get to the video. All right, so as I prepared for this video, I had to think about cars that our customers or our potential customers would actually be looking at buying. So the criteria that I gave myself was cars that are less than 10 years old, but by this point have some examples that are getting towards 100,000 miles and have experienced a repair worth over $5,000 in that 100,000 mile range. And so that's the criteria here for cars that I've seen multiple instances of expensive repairs happening early-ish in a car's life. First car, the Chrysler Pacifica. This is an excellent minivan, and it's unfortunate that it has such a serious mechanical Achilles heel in its head gaskets. And they're very nicely appointed. They're actually relatively affordable on the used market because of their reliability reputation. But unfortunately, we have seen many cases as low as 60,000 miles of head gasket failure on these engines. Now, a head gasket on some cars, you might be thinking, that's $5,000? That's a very expensive head gasket repair. Well, here's why. The parts are expensive, and it is a very tightly mounted transverse V6, where one of the cylinder heads is basically against the back of the engine bay, and the other one is against the front of the engine bay. There's not really a lot of room to work in. It's a lot of labor, parts are expensive, and there's a liability on the back end of whether the cylinder heads themselves have real metal damage on them that requires a complete cylinder head replacement. So overall, these are cars that unfortunately, though they are very nice, they are a bit scary to own for that reason. Car number 2, any modern Honda Accord or Civic. Now, I hate to say this because these are notoriously reliable cars. However, we have currently, today, in our repair shops, 3. We have 5 shops. We have 3 and saw another 2 this week, 2020 and 2019 Honda Accords with failed head gaskets. Now again, talking about an expensive head gasket repair due to expensive parts. On this one, you don't want to just replace it with the same parts that failed originally. That's not even something I would want to put our normal 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty on. So instead, we opt for upgraded parts. And as a result, they're more expensive, but they will help you get your money's worth out of the repair. This one's not quite 5,000. It's usually more in the 3 to 4 range, depending on the car and the specific options, whether it's a hybrid, what parts you want to use. But overall, that's what you're looking at for these cars. They are notoriously reliable. In general, the consumables are really cheap. Most of the rest of the car is really inexpensive to maintain and repair, but these major gotchas do stand between you and an overall peaceful ownership experience as you take it past 100,000 miles. The third car that you should never buy if you want to avoid an expensive repair bill is any small Jeep that isn't a Wrangler. I am talking about the Patriot, the Compass, and the Renegade. These are all vehicles that also suffer from serious engine failure at low miles. These are specifically susceptible to long oil change intervals and general lack of normal maintenance because they were built cheap, they were sold for a high margin because they are a cool Jeep that looks cool, but they're not quite a Wrangler for people who aren't as serious with off-roading. And so they put this engine in it that just has failure after failure after failure with the cylinder heads. This is both the cylinder head gasket and components within the cylinder heads will fail, causing the need for either cylinder head or complete engine replacements. So these can range anywhere from $4,000 to $11,000 depending on the issue, whether it's timing related, whether it's cylinder head related, whether it's head gasket related. These are expensive repairs that you really need to avoid if you are looking at these cars. The fourth car, this one is actually in a very similar fashion to the cheap Jeeps. We're talking about the Ford Focus. Now, we actually have a Ford Focus loaner car. I bought it for 550 bucks. I put a $650 engine in it, and it actually held up otherwise very nicely. So the interior's in really good condition, the body's in really good condition, everything else seems okay, and so we're running it as like a $1,500 cost loaner car for whatever time period it lasts us. But these cars are essentially a throwaway car. Ours has 226,000 miles, went through 5 owners who probably the last 2 or 3 passed the buck on needing an engine replacement to the following unfortunate individual who ended up selling it to us. But these cars suffer from 2 major issues. The transmissions go out, they have a complicated clutch system that is extremely expensive to replace, and the engines, and again, cylinder head gaskets are a major problem with these. And so you have a double whammy. You have a $4,000 to $5,000 transmission replacement, depending on where you get it from. If you get one from Ford with a 100,000-mile warranty on it, you're looking at $8,000 for that repair. But you can also get a used one. You're 4 to 5 into it. Same with used engines. $650 engine is pretty cheap, but you're running the risk of buying a used part that may or may not hold up even 1 mile from when you leave the shop. And hopefully your shop isn't really looking to get too involved in doing free replacements on used engines that didn't work out for you in the first place. You can find those shops. It's not us, unfortunately, but we want to advise you to get repairs that are actually going to last on your car. So then on the engine failure side, this is going to run you, at a minimum $4,000 or $5,000. Again, on the high end, you're looking at, if you especially are getting a performance model, you're looking on the $10,000, $11,000 range for a new engine to go into one of those. So you want to avoid these cars on the used market because it is pretty much guaranteed that you'll have a major drivetrain failure within your ownership if you plan to keep it for any period of time. Now, the last car on our list is one we've started seeing more recently, and it is the Hyundai Palisade, and I guess also the Kia Telluride with it, but we have only seen failures with the Hyundai Palisade, so it may be that there's some engineering differences here. But these cars, unfortunately, you get up to 80,000 miles and things just start to break, and it's death by 1,000 cuts. And so you're going to find yourself with a car that has coolant leaks, check engine lights, won't run right, shuts off at traffic lights, and is a generally sketchy car to own because of these issues. Now, this one hasn't had any major powertrain failures that are going to rack you up over $5,000 in our experience yet, but it's a Hyundai. It probably will have an engine failure in the near future because it's a Hyundai, and they have a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty on their powertrains. Right after that is often when these engines tend to go out, and I don't know, they may have figured it out by this point, but given the stuff we're seeing breaking at before 100,000 miles, I would steer clear of Palisades, even though they are a very well-appointed interior. They're actually extremely nice, which is unfortunate because you want a car that looks the way it does and feels the way it does inside with nice materials, comfortable place to be. You would hope that mechanically the car could keep up with putting its money where its mouth is on the interior, but it just doesn't. So the same story with the Pacifica there. That's a car I would skip looking at if you want to avoid any major repair bills. And that's what I got. 5 cars that you should avoid buying. Please don't buy these if you want to avoid major maintenance and repair costs during your ownership. These are all used cars, 5 to 10 years old, $10,000 to $20,000 purchase price. That's a good entry point for a lot of people. But if you then are faced with a $5,000 to $10,000 repair bill within the coming couple of years, that's probably not the sort of investment that you were hoping to make. So what do you think? Are you looking at any of those? Do you disagree with my characterization of these cars? Let me know in the comments below. Get subscribed if you're not subscribed for more content like this. And until the next video, stay driven.